Oh, Lord Jesus, have mercy. In the words of Tupac, tell me what a black life is worth. A bottle of juice is no excuse. The truth hurts. Tell us when the violence will cease, when your troops stop shooting us down in the streets. And I know I'm not saying that in complete order, but every time a police-involved shooting happens, and the circumstances of it tend to be particularly people that look like me, black people, I always revisit that song and those lyrics, even though at the time that he was talking about the riots that happened after the Rodney King verdict, and her full name escapes me, but when he says Tasha, he's talking about the young girl that went into a Korean Rand convenience store, had orange juice, gunned down by the store owner. And I saw someone else's post today that said that, this is not new. The execution of Alton Sterling in Baton Rouge, the execution of Philando Castile in Minneapolis, Minnesota. May those brothers rest in peace. When I saw the family press conference today of Alton Sterling, and I saw the conference before I saw the video of his execution, I couldn't really hear the video. I don't know what all was going on, but that child, that 15-year-old child that burst into tears as I guess his mother was expressing the family's loss and the fact that there are no words. I mean, that really got to me. And one of my followers on my public page was saying, I feel like Alton was a family member. I said, yeah, that's how it feels. Like we didn't know him, but we felt like we knew him, like he was family. And I just said, and then I watched the video. You know what? The people that filmed that, first of all, they brave because they lucky they didn't get it too. I don't give a damn what his criminal record was. What I do care about is the fact that he's a human being. And that while he may have resisted arrest, at the time that he was on the ground, Alton Sterling was on the ground, with one officer on top of him and the other one restraining him as well. The officer that we saw reached for a gun, which I have a feeling when they spin this shit, it's going to be, I thought I was reaching for my taser. Yeah, try that shit like that Tulsa officer tried that shit. That reserve guy that shot and killed somebody too. Yeah, try that shit and see if that works. And yeah, like I told my friend Audrey, I'm probably going to be a little loose with the profanity today because I'm pissed. I am tired of driving down the street and when a cop gets in behind me, I don't care if he's black or white. I don't know what your intentions are. I don't know. I get scared. I get nervous. And today we lost 2 people. And like someone else said in another post, Alton Sterling resisted. Philando Castile cooperated. Same result. Both dead. Execution style. And what made no sense is that cops don't even give a damn if the video is going or not. Because the girl was on Facebook Live with Philando. There was a 4-year-old child in the car. They don't give a damn if they murder you in front of your kids. Hell, if they could have, they probably would have killed the child, the mother, and the boyfriend if they could have gotten away with it. Let me tell y'all something, people. I don't know what the hell is going on. Greg, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. All I know is that my heart is breaking. And we've got to do something. And it's got to be more than just marching and chanting Black Lives Matter. That's not going to get it done. Because the establishment don't give a damn. if we march. You want to see real change? You want to make some shit happen? If you're tired of seeing people getting gunned down in the streets and then wondering what the hell just happened, you need to start with City Hall, your local government, because the feds ain't coming to save us. They ain't coming. There's a little something called the 10th Amendment that kind of creates a barrier problem. I think it's the 10th Amendment. Yeah, no, constitutional law wasn't my strong suit in law school. Let's see, Victor, this pain is so great. I do not know how to change the ongoing scene. We're going to have plenty of reruns. Oh, God, I can't even talk tonight. That's true. We are going to continue to have these issues, but we must start holding our local government accountable. The mayor's office, the city council, the commissioners. It's not going to happen in Washington. You have to start from a grassroots level. You have to make this shit count. You know, they already trying to come down on the Attorney General for Maryland because of her prosecuting those officers in the Freddie Gray matter. Someone is trying to sanction her for violating the code, which I don't know why. Rules of professional responsibility as a prosecutor is what I'll say. But I don't see where she did wrong. One thing people need to realize is that when you are in a criminal prosecution, it says the people versus OJ. The people versus, yeah, okay, Greg, I will give you a call. People means us. Us. When those thug cops decide to take Freddie Gray on a rough ride, they didn't know, they were no longer like considered just people. They are the people that need to be prosecuted for doing wrong. And at the very level they should have been convicted of, manslaughter. And we know that they're not going to be convicted because the person who was driving the instrumentality that led to the death of Freddie Gray, he got off. So the judge wouldn't convict him and say he was guilty. So if you want to see real change, and I'm going to have to start making time in my calendar to go down here to the city of Long Beach and set in on some of these city council meetings. I know better. I know way better. Lord knows I spent many of days when I was in high school down at the city hall of Dallas a lot because that was part of my education. So it can happen. We have a voice. We have to start using it. It's not going to happen with us marching this street, shutting down freeways and sidewalks and public. The only way we're ever going to affect change is by getting people in office that are actually going to do the work. And when we get them in there, we have to continue to make them accountable. For instance, here in Long Beach, one of the biggest problems all neighborhoods have in general across this landscape is anytime, there's a holiday, Christmas, Memorial Day, Labor Day, whatever, it don't matter. Folk gonna set off fireworks, even if it's illegal in their city. Our mayor didn't do shit. So basically, and then come to find out, some of the cops in the city of Long Beach were actually the ones setting off the fireworks. How's that? And Mayor Garcia claimed he was gonna do something, and we still waiting. So I got to get down to City Hall. But we cannot continue to allow these bully cops. And not all cops are bad. I know some great cops. I have some that are friends, frat brothers, college classmates, high school classmates. Some of us actually became police officers. But you're not going to get change just marching. And I'm sorry, I'm just being real. You got to get people, we got to get people in the courts. We got to get people in these offices. We also got to speak with our money, where we spend our money, how we spend our money, where we donate our money to. You have to hold people accountable. And that's the only way change is going to come. That's the only way. Cops like that, They just, as soon as you see some shit like that. But like D.L. Hughley pointed out today, and the video was kind of grainy and you really could hear it, but I understood what he was saying. Basically, he said it's amazing how there is a gross disparity between video clips for cops when they're caught doing wrong and when we're caught doing wrong. Just the average citizen. Oh, well, we don't know what happened before this clip was taken. But let it be me. Oh, yeah, we'll totally keep that in evidence. Bring that on in. We're going to convict her. It don't make any sense because we don't know what happened, why I may have went off in the store on the store clerk because maybe they said something racist or maybe they were following me. You ever been followed in a grocery store? You ever been followed in a retail store? It gets kind of annoying. And it doesn't happen to me now as much out here in California, but I clearly remember a time in Dillard's when a young black woman followed me around on the 3rd floor of Dillard's in Woodland Hills Mall in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And after I circled that block about 3 times, I turned and asked her, was she tired? And have you noticed, have I stolen anything yet? Don't come for me. I ain't the one. You might want to be watching Becky with the good hair. Yeah, no, I throw a little piece of humor because I pretty much didn't get anything done today. It's very hard for someone like me to sit and not be affected by seeing someone gunned down. The man was married, has 5 kids. Shout out to Issa Rae for setting up a scholarship fund for Alton Sterling's kids. And I hope someone does something for this young woman and this young child who had to witness. I don't know if Philando was the child's father or not, but I hope someone that steps up and does something for them too. The violence has to end. I'm tired of sitting up here in my mind like Marvin Gaye singing what's going on. No, we know what's going on. And you got to admit, I was talking to one of my other friends today, we've got to admit that since President Obama has been in office, the racists are just coming out the woodworks. And I want to give a shout out also today to Chris Crocker. He's a YouTube sensation. And he just, I mean, a white male has to get y'all together for you to understand that the reason why we say Black Lives Matter is because we're not saying all lives don't matter. What we're saying is that look at us. We're the ones getting gunned down in the street. The people of color. And it's got to stop. It just don't make any, I can't make heads or tail of any of this. Any of this. And it's senseless, and you cut out somebody's potential. You don't know what anyone could be. Anybody can turn their lives around. Oh, he had a history of violence. A lot of people have a history of violence. Hell, some of y'all go out all the time and just hunt for shit and don't even need it. Gunning down innocent animals. And then sometimes I think in y'all's head, y'all know how to flip that shit off and you see a black person, you gun them down too because you think we're animals too. Savages. I am a human being. All of us are human beings on this planet. Mammals. I don't know what else to say, but I will tell y'all this. Y'all better pay attention, stay woke, watch those news feeds, watch for Anonymous, watch for Raw Story, watch for the news outlets that are going to tell you more about what's going on. The Root published an interesting story today. Dylann Roof, remember that name? South Carolina, the terrorist that sat in a Bible study and gunned down 9 people because he was trying to cause a race war by himself, allegedly. This fool is trying to hijack the courts. His lawyers are trying to hijack the courts. They are trying to get the federal case against him dismissed because they say that it's unconstitutional via the Fifth Amendment, via the 13th Amendment, which the 13th Amendment is the one that abolished slavery. They said that the motion being made only because the statutes at issue form the basis of government's request for the death penalty. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read too. Should the government's death notice be withdrawn at any point in the future, the defendant will withdraw this motion and plead guilty as charged to all counts in the indictment. So this mofo don't want to die. He just want to spend the rest of his life getting 3 hots in a cot. But you done killed 9 people. You ain't scared to kill nobody, but you scared to die. So you gonna hijack the courts and try to get them to drop charges. I hope the feds hold strong, because what he committed was a hate crime. And I am not per se a proponent of the death penalty, but I'm sorry. How dare you sit in a church and these people took you in and treated you just like any good Christian would. Now we got to worry about when some strange person comes in church. Are they here to kill us? Dylann Roof have several seats, you and your attorneys, because you can't hijack. But I get it. You know, I've said we must zealously represent our clients. That's in the best interest of him. Take it like a champ. Timothy McVeigh did. When he blew up, though, he's long gone. What does Oklahoma do? Okay, but I've said all I have to say on the matter. Let's get together, guys. Let's do something. Let's be proactive. I'm going to use my voice as much as I can to do what I can to bring about a change. Because these people are getting in office. Their votes are being bought. We might as well buy some of them too. By telling them, look, if you don't do what you said you're going to do, you're going to be out of office. And we will do recalls. We will. Just like, you know, I don't know. Let me get off of here because I just need to lay down. I haven't been feeling well all day. I kind of have a feeling because I did allow myself to get upset and be affected by this bullshit that's going on that I probably had caused my pressure to go up. And that's not a good thing. But all I can say is stay prayed up, stay woke, wake up, stop being complacent. Let's get proactive. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. We must be reactive in this case, but going forward, we must start to take actions that are proactive. I would like to thank each of you for joining that listened in and commented. Greg, I'm going to call you here in a few seconds. George, I am devastated and I am hurt. And I just, my heart goes out to all those families. Victor, Ebony, Marion, y'all have a good night and think about it. And let's start making some things happen. Rest in peace to Philando Castile, executed by the Minneapolis police. Let us also say rest in peace for Alton Sterling, executed by Baton Rouge police. That ain't no justified shooting. I don't care what you say. And I'm praying for the families. And I hope to God that these officers are prosecuted to the full extent of the law. Good night.